Movie Mangler Theater Sample. Alcohol in the human body. Easter Bunny Films presents. Ooh. Get me a strawberry daiquiri. That guy seems happy.
Here is a colorless liquid that looks like water. It has a pungent odor and a burning sweet taste. Its chemical formula is C2H5OH.
R2D2.
This is ethyl alcohol, the alcohol found in intoxicating beverages. It's made out of carbohydrates, such as starch or sugar. Cereal grains
Is there anything that sugar can't cure?
Commonly used in making alcoholic beverages. Out of wheat, beer is usually made. Beer contains about 4.5% ethyl alcohol,
Pussies.
as shown by the striped area across the bottom of the bottle. And other products that contain sugar will be used to make alcoholic beverages. Out of grapes is made. Wine contains about 15% ethyl alcohol.
He's talking like Yoda. Out of grapes is made wine.
Fermentation. As these samples of wheat and grapes are fermenting, alcohol is being produced. The raw material usually needs to be prepared for fermenting or cracking or crushing. Whatever is being used, fermentation has to take place. Fermentation is the action of yeast cells.
It's like that scene in The Lost Boys.
The bubbles seen here are carbon dioxide given off during the fermentation. Beer and wine are products of fermentation alone. But whiskey, a third type of alcoholic beverage, requires distillation.
Now you're talking my language, buddy.
The alcohol is separated from the other materials in the fermented mixture. In this case, the alcohol is made out of fermented corn mash. When the fermented mixture
Ain't nothing better than corn mash liquor, just like Grandpa used to make.
Vapors are given off that contain products of the fermentation, including a relatively high percentage of alcohol. As the vapors cool, they change to liquid.
And why not some
from the distiller.
Rocket fuel like in the
Whiskey
Master?
ordinarily contains about 43% or more of alcohol. When we compare the three kinds of beverages, we see that whiskey contains more alcohol than either wine or beer.
So go with whiskey.
But in each of the three beverages, the intoxicating part is always the same substance, ethyl alcohol. By using animated drawings, we will see what happens to alcohol in the body.
Oh, that's good animation. Hayao Miyazaki, watch out.
Shown here, the black dots represent the ethyl alcohol content. The alcohol travels down the esophagus and into the stomach.
And has a party.
And the small intestine. Capillaries in the stomach lead into a branch of the portal blood vein that connects with the liver, shown at the left. These capillaries absorb alcohol directly from the stomach, and the portal vein carries to the liver. Other capillaries absorb alcohol from the small
Liver's the strongest muscle. You can do anything to it.
Portal vein carries so. In the liver,
wrinkle in time there.
Undergoes an immediate change. Enzymes found only in the liver react with the alcohol and change it to a
Tears in the sprocket hole.
Here is white dots. This means that the alcohol burns or oxidizes, thereby releasing calories of heat energy. The acetic acid molecules and the molecules of ethyl alcohol, not acted upon immediately by the liver,
Hasidic, you mean they were
on through the veins
they go by rabbinical law.
Shown here in the center. The more alcohol that reaches the liver at one time, the more alcohol goes on to the heart.
Well, actually, I do like kosher wine. Manischewitz is pretty good.
The heart pumps this blood containing alcohol and the acetic acid into the arteries and on to all parts of the body.
All parts of the body.
Whereas only the liver
You're gonna feel it coming
oxidizes
out of a
pure
part of a
ethyl
body in
alcohol
about an
to
hour.
acetic acid. Any body tissue, as for example, the tissue shown here, can oxidize acetic acid. As acetic acid, represented by the white dots, burns, heat energy is released and waste materials eliminated. Thus, the liver is the one organ of the body where oxidation of alcohol to acetic acid takes place. So except for
Hell
small
yeah,
amounts
the
of
liver.
alcohol that escape through the lungs and kidneys, alcohol in the bloodstream remains unchanged until it can be acted upon by the liver. As the liver oxidizes molecules of alcohol to acetic acid, other molecules return from the bloodstream. The liver oxidizes about 3/4 of an ounce of alcohol
The
per
liver
hour
oxidizes?
until the alcohol is all
That's what I heard.
oxidized. As long as there is any alcohol in the bloodstream, some of it reaches the brain. Here it acts
A lot
as
reaches
an
the brain, that's the
anesthetic.
bad part.
The effects of alcohol on the human brain vary somewhat from person to person, but its main effects follow a general pattern.
Drew Barrymore.
At first, the greatest effect is on the cerebrum, outlined here with a black border. 0.05% is about 1 ounce of undiluted alcohol in the entire
Dude, you were
bloodstream.
throwing a lot
This
of
darkened
numbers
area
at me.
is the judgment center,
And it
the
is
center for
early.
tensions and anxieties. Even small amounts of alcohol tend to deaden these centers, and because of this may provide an illusion of relaxation.
Oh, buddy, it ain't an illusion.
This is ordinarily the situation in moderate social drinking. As the concentration of alcohol in the blood rises above 0.05%, the judgment center becomes more and more depressed. Gradually, too, the muscular control center becomes less responsive to incoming
That's when the
signals of
pant
nerves
wedding starts.
in all parts of the body. The person usually feels confident.
This is Rittenhouse.
Everything is all right.
Oh, such a firefly.
But a condition
One
like
more
this
drink.
develops. Drivers in this condition are incapable of making responses fast enough for the safety of themselves or others. This leads to accidents. The vision center, too, is affected during intoxication.
You can see in infrared.
This impairs the individual's normal vision. Blurring and other abnormalities of
Focus.
vision frequently occur.
Focus.
Driving or walking in traffic is extremely hazardous
Focus.
under such conditions. If the concentration of alcohol continues to increase, it finally affects a deeper center toward the base of the brain called the cerebellum. When the concentration of alcohol in
There's
the
the
bloodstream
cerebro,
reaches
the cerebello, and the
about
magneto.
0.4%, unconsciousness usually occurs.
That's when you're
0.4%
having
is
fun.
about 8 ounces of undiluted alcohol in the entire bloodstream of an average-sized adult. Gradually, the brain
What if you're a big
and other
one like
organs
me?
are freed of the anesthetic effect of the ethyl alcohol. But even after consciousness is regained, it takes some time before the person is fully in control of his muscular processes.
Okay, dude. Saltine crackers, pickles, scrambled eggs. That's how you cure a hangover.
Intoxication. The sobering up period for an average-sized adult may take 12 hours or more. Even beyond this amount of time loss, there frequently is a further period of partial incapacity.
The end.
So we have seen that alcohol oxidizes in the body and produces heat energy. In this respect,
Yeah, you only
it is
talked
like
about it for
any other
9
food.
hours.
But as a food, heat energy is all that pure alcohol can provide. Most other foods supply some needed materials such as proteins, vitamins.
Dude,
Pure alcohol
you stop throwing
contains
letters
none
and
of
numbers
these,
at me, I'm
even though it
confused.
supplies calories. The substitution of alcohol for other foods over a long period of time produces serious nutritional deficiencies and decreases the resistance to infections. And
That was a very fat and arrogant response.
And berry. Those who are unable to avoid chronic overindulgence in ethyl alcohol, such as this man, are usually termed alcoholics or problem drinkers. For him, like other alcoholics, alcohol disrupts his life and injures his health.
Disrupts his life by making it better.
Medical authorities that the problem drinker is a sick person. This man needs medical attention. The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
That's still what we do.
The hospital is the place for a person in a helpless condition due to alcohol. Medical science can help the problem drinker regain his physical health. When there is any doubt as to the cause of the patient's condition, a complete medical examination must be made. An eye check will help determine whether the patient is suffering from shock.
And the rectal exam comes next.
By means of chemical tests on a sample of his blood, the patient can be checked for diabetes and other diseases that may have symptoms similar to those of alcoholism.
Holy shit, this stuck a person to
Will
flames.
reveal the condition of the circulatory system. Physical tests and a study of the patient's history are needed
He's dead,
in order
doctor.
to make sure that he is
He's
really
flat out
suffering
dead.
from alcoholism. Hospitalization for several days may be needed. During this time, he receives a balanced diet and is treated medically
Assuming
if
he can
necessary.
pay for any of this.
Although he may recover physically, he must avoid all future use of alcoholic beverages. It's made clear to him before he leaves the hospital that even a single drink will certainly lead him back again to chronic alcoholism. It's essential that every drinker understand how alcohol affects his body
Ears,
and
mouth,
face the possibility of
brain,
becoming an alcoholic.
drunk.
And he should realize that alcohol is a potential menace to community safety as well as to his personal health.
Even more so than Dennis.